Hey, 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 everyone. We are back again. I am Erica, and I'm in Zone 7, Richmond, 7A to be exact, Richmond, Virginia. Today, we're going to be out in the flower garden. So, what ended up happening was I bought a Lenten rose as well as I got some Lenten roses from my neighbor. Where I put everything at used to be a shaded area for whatever reason. It has decided it doesn't want to be shaded. It's been shaded there for the last few years, but I guess this year, the way the earth is turning, it's not doing it that way. So, my Lenten roses have a few burn marks on them. I've already dug up one and replanted it. Now I'm going to dig up some hostas and plant them in an area in one of my front beds and in a bed that is under this trellis over here. So now I got my son on the camera. I have my son on the camera, so he's going to be helping me out, which will actually help me move a little bit faster today. But I already have 3 holes dug already, 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to go dig up those hostas, place them in there. Then what I'm going to end up doing is digging 2, 3, maybe 4 more holes over this area here. Get the other hostas in before it gets hot outside. This is around about 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning right now. So we want to try to get everything done before 9:30, which is why I started digging holes already. All right, let's get to it. I'm going to put this one in the back because I already know it's going to get a little taller. Alright, I got 6 hostas in this area here. Remember, I had dug up some before. And so, I think I'm going to dig this one right here up. I mean, it would be really nice if I had something else I could put in here that shadowed over it. But I really don't. And so, I'm going to dig this one up right here and put in that spot. And then I think the rest of what's inside of here, I'm going to dig up and put over there. And I'll start putting lavender and rosemary in the holes for it. I already have one hole here and over there that I took some roses out of. And so I'll probably end up putting a rosemary here and then a lavender over there, since I already have 2 rosemarys in this area already. So I'll put one more rosemary here, stick a lavender plant over there, probably put a lavender plant right here in this spot here, and then I'll make a decision as to what I'm going to put there and there, because I may put some oregano inside of there. Let's see where we at. Hopefully this one comes out just as easy as those other ones. Alright, now what I'm going to do is get my little towel, pull these up, put some biotone inside of here, and then get everything down, and we will have gotten this area finished. I may, not sure, decide to dig a hole right here and put one more of those or another different kind of hosta right here. But like I said, this area does get sun, but for whatever reason, everything I put here never burns, which is so funny. With the tree that I have there, that spot is not that much difference. It's the opposite to what's here. So yeah, eventually I will put some stones going around here, and I'll fill in this area even more. And I'd like to put some what are those flowers called? Oh shoot, now I can't think of them. Anyway, I'm gonna pop it up on the screen, the flowers that I want to put throughout here in between all of them. But it's gonna go right straight everywhere you see this darkness at. And so with having these hostas in here with those bordering it in the front, I think it's gonna look really, really nice. All right, let me go get my little towel that I put down. Then I'm gonna pick all three of these up, put some biotone in like I said before, get that part in, and see where we're going next. Alright, let's go over to this third one. Thought I was gonna have to get down on my knees, but I guess this is it's early in the morning. My knees haven't gotten tired just yet, which is good. And see, I know I'm gonna love this right here because I got this elephant ear here, and I think this is just gonna look beautiful with this growing up about 1.5 to 2 feet tall, and having that elephant ear come over and drift over top of it. That's gonna look great. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is go over to this area here, see where I want to dig at, dig those holes, and then start moving a few more hostas and putting them over there. I just don't feel like dealing with burned hostas this year. All right, let's go dig some more holes.
Yes,
And y'all know how I do. I'm always out in my flip-flops. So excuse me not having fresh toenail polish on. Alright, we're going to go back around to my side garden and seeing which hosta I'm going to pull up from out of there. Let me see where I set my gloves. Alright, so I'm going to dig this one up here. I know I hadn't been too long stuck this one in here. And we're going to come right on up to the front. Alright, let me get my biotone. Stick up in this hole here. And always remember when you're moving flowers, you want to do it during early morning or late afternoon, just right before dark. That way they don't get stressed. Now I'm going to have to get down on this one. Alright, let's see here. Let me backfill a little bit. Let's see if that was enough. A little bit more. I might have to put a little bit of, get these roots out the way. Might have to put a little extra biotone in here since I had to do a little more backfill in that one. Let me reach over here. Just a pinch. You never let roots touch your fertilizer, and since I have a lot of roots here, and look, if you see all of these are all individual hosta plants. So for people who want to separate them, you know, this would be also a time that you can separate them also. I mean, I couldn't even count. I mean, I can count how many different ones it is. I'm gonna pause you for a second, count them, and then let you know how many I got. All right, so I counted them, and we have 18 plants off of just this one. And that's why around the beginning of spring and stuff like that, when they're first growing in, you can separate them. And so if I wanted to, I could separate this right in half or separate this into 18 different plants. But what I think I'm gonna end up doing is I may separate it into two, put one right here and then one maybe right there, just so I have more of this, because I think I've only separated this into 3 plants and I have 2 of them in the back. So I am going to separate this, and look, it's so easy. That came loose just right there. Sometimes it's just that easy depending on your soil, and then sometimes not. Sometimes you got to literally cut them. See how this is a little bit tighter? Sometimes you got to cut them or really pour those things. If you have pretty decent soil and it's not compacted, those roots will come loose a lot easier. So the roots on this one in certain areas came loose easier. So I'm gonna put that right there. See, it still looks full. I just didn't want it to not look full, but at the same time I wanted to make sure I had 2 of them up front. I wasn't going to separate them at first, but once I got up here, got to going, I felt like that would be a good thing to do. Alright, I'm going to pause you guys, dig a few more holes, and then finish up with these hostas. I need my glass. All right, everyone. I have relieved my son of camera duty, and I'm going to finish everything out. So, as you can see, this was already here, but we added in this right here, and it'll fill out a little bit in this area. Once it gets too big for this area, I can always separate some and then put maybe one there and there, but I'm gonna let it grow for a couple of years first. All right, so we added that there. Let me step back so you can see. So that helped fill in there. Then we can move on down here. That was already there. We added in 1, 2, and 3. Now what that is going to do is this will fill out and get a little bit wider. Okay, it'll get as tall as this one, which is right around about a foot and a half. The one behind it will get to being 4 feet tall, and that's why I stuck that there, so it can grow up higher than these pots right here and fill out. The one here, the little one, which is so funny, is little now, but it will get up to about 2 feet high. The most would be 3 feet, so I'm going to say about 2.5 feet high, but it gets 3 to 4 feet wide. And that's why I put it where I put it, because I would love for it to grow out this way, that way, and then this way, and it will fill in that entire area there, as well as this will fill in, but it'll be taller, and then this will kind of bring down a little bit lower, so you could have some highs and lows, and it could give us a little bit of a contrast in color and height. Even though these two are similar in color, they are not the same plant. This one is a little bit shinier hosta. This one has a little bit more dull tone, and the leaves are wider, almost heart shape, but a bigger, wider heart shape. This one, I don't even want to call it a heart shape. I'm not sure what shape to really call it, but it's shinier. It feels more silkier, you know, shiny polyester-y type feel. It still has the yellow variegate around the outer portion, but that will not get taller than what it is. All right, now we're gonna come over. Yeah, I was pulling weeds earlier also, to here. And now I'm going to go to my backyard in a little bit so you can see what these look like in full in its full expanse. So I separated, remember, put one there, one here. I'm going to back up off of it a little bit. And so we added, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hostas this morning. Now it already had 1, 2, 3, 4 that I added. I'm sorry, 4, 5, 6 that I added at the beginning of the spring. Okay, and then the hostas that are back behind these not hydrangeas, these hibiscus, those got added in last year, as well as that one right here. And I'm going to do a close-up now that you all can see this far away. I'm going to do it a little bit closer now so you can kind of see. And as these hostas bloom out, they won't get taller than some of the things that's behind it. And I was talking to my son and telling him this spot right here, I was going to put another hosta there, but I think what I'm going to do is I have 2 small little lime punches that I purchased last year offline, and I got them in the pint size. I'm hoping that either by next year I'll be able to dig them up from where they are, and I want to put one of them right here, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep the other one where it is or move it to another place, but one of them will go in this little spot here. So we're gonna save that for there, and prayerfully I remember it so next year I won't mess up anything. So let's look a little closer. There's a hosta hidden inside of there. Here. There. I'm going to move the camera up here. That was already put in. And so honestly, this hosta here is the exact same hosta that's here and that I put right there. Okay, so those are the same. So I really don't have to show you the one in the back because you can see this one here. Okay, and that little one that's tucked away there is another one that's tucked away right here, the exact same one. And so I'm so excited because when next year come, these hostas right here at the back will have become fuller and taller, and we can clearly see how big those hostas get. And let me bring you around where you can see it a little bit more. It's the same hosta that's here. You see how big that gets? So it'll really fill in. And it's the same hosta that's over here, which is right around about 2.5, almost 3 feet tall. I'm not even gonna say 3 feet. Well, yeah, because when you look at the tip of this one here, that's right around about 3 feet tall. So yeah, so those will fill in. I'm not going to separate them next year or anything like that because I want them to fill in. I took that up from another spot that I was holding some grass down where I put the other hosta at. And so this clematis is coming in good. If you remember, I planted that from a little root. So it's coming on in, it's getting longer, and eventually it'll start here and come on up. My this pot here doesn't have any perennials in it at all. So I don't know, I may put one in it next year or something to that effect. This one has one perennial in it, which is that grass that's right there. And I think I'm just going to keep that one grass in there, let it continue to fill in, and then each year just add some annuals to it so the grass will give height. All right, well, playing with hostas today. So that's it for today. Just looking at it from the back end. Thanks for coming along as we dig up and replant hostas. Once I cut the camera off, I'm going to water everything in. And if I put the herbs in, if I buy some herbs and put them in, I will definitely do a video of that. And if I just do some herb seeds that should be ready to be able to plant in the ground by the fall, then I will show you that as well. All right, y'all have a great day or a great night or a great morning wherever you are. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click that notification bell so you know whenever I upload, and most definitely share it with some of your other gardening friends. Bye bye now. Happy gardening.